Hi, hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's session, we'll be seeing non-destructive testing of materials, Unit 3 MCQs. Our unit name is Thermography and Eddy Current Testing. Question number 1. Dash is an NDT imaging technique, that is non-destructive imaging technique that allows the visualization of heat patterns on an object. Option A is given as thermographic testing and option B is given as eddy current testing. Which is a non-destructive testing image technique. In non-destructive testing, we can see the image of heat patterns. We can visualize, that is, we can visualize the heat patterns and in the form of an image. In which testing we can do that? This is the meaning of this question. Dash is the non-destructive testing image technique that allows the visualization of heat patterns on an object. Option A is given as thermographic testing and option B is given as eddy current testing. Visualization of heat patterns on an object is done by thermographic testing. So I am going with option number A, thermographic testing. Question number 2. Dash is also called as thermal imaging or infrared thermography. Option A is given as thermography. Option thermography means thermographic testing. Thermography. Option number B is eddy current testing. Thermal imaging and infrared thermography is also called as thermography. So I am going with option number A because thermal with the word only you can identify it. Question number 3. The basic elements of infrared detection systems are. What are the basic elements of infrared detection systems? Option number A is given as infrared source. Option number B is given as transmission medium. Option number C is given as optical components. Option number D is given as infrared detectors. And option number E is given as signal processing. Infrared detection system means the system used for detecting infrared rays. Infrared source we are using, in that system we are using an infrared source. We will be having a transmission medium. We will be using an optical component. We will be using an infrared detectors. And we will be using a signal processor for processing the signal. So I am going with option number A, all the above. The above 5 elements are the basic element for infrared detection system. One is infrared source. The second one is transmission element. Third one is optical components. Fourth one is our infrared detectors. Fifth one is our signal processing. Question number 4. Thermographic testing can broadly classified on the basis of option A approaches, option B configuration, option C modes, option D scanning, option E sources, option F waveforms, and option G is all the above. Thermographic testing can be classified into these 6 forms, that is can be classified into 6 categories based on approaches, how we are going, an active form or a passive form, then configuration, modes, scanning, sources, waveforms. In all these categories all the 6 categories we can classify thermographic testing. So I am going with option number G, all the above. Question number 5. On the basis of approaches, thermographic testing is classified as. On the basis of approaches, thermographic testing is classified into 2 types, that is passive approach and active approach. So I am going with option number C, both A and B. Question number 6. On the basis of configuration, thermographic testing is classified as. On the basis of configuration, that is the second classification in thermography. Thermographic testing is classified on the basis of configuration as option A is given as static, option B is given as dynamic, option C is given as passive, and option D is given as active, option E is given as both A and B, and option F is given as C and D. On the basis of configuration, thermographic test is classified into static and dynamic. So I am going with option number E, both A and B. Active and passive is for approaches. Okay. So we are going with static and dynamic. That is the basis of configuration. On the basis of configuration, thermographic testing is classified into static and dynamic. So I am going with option number E, both A and B. Question number 7. On the basis of nodes, thermographic testing is classified as. On the basis of nodes, thermographic testing is classified as. Option A is given as transmission, option number B is given as reflection, option number C is given as internal, and option number D is given as all the above. On the basis of nodes, thermographic testing is classified into transmission, reflection, and internal. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Question number 8. On the basis of scanning, thermographic testing is classified as. On the basis of scanning, thermographic testing is classified as. Option A is given as point, option number B is given as line, option number C is given as surface, and option number D is given as all the above. On the basis of scanning, thermographic testing is classified as point, line, and surface. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Point means the defect will be on point. Scanning will be done on point scale. On if it is going on this line of on a single line, will be going with line. It comes under the category line. If scanning is along a surface, then it is called thermographic testing is classified as point, line, and surface. In point scale, will be going with only point. Will be scanning only on a particular point A. If there is line, will be going on the scanning will be done on the line. On surface, will be scanning along the surface category. In surface category, will be going with the thermographic testing will be done along the surface. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Question number 9. On the basis of source, it is classified as. What is the source we use? Option number A is given as optical, option number B is given as mechanical, option number C is given as inductive, and option number D is given as all the above. On the basis of source, it is classified as optical, mechanical, and inductive. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Question number 10. On the basis of waveforms, thermographic testing is classified as. On the basis of waveforms, thermographic testing is classified as modulated, pulse, and square pulse. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. On the basis of waveforms, we have three types of waveform. One is modulated waveform, pulsed waveform, and square pulsed waveform. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Question number 11. In dash approach of thermography testing, materials and structure are naturally at different temperature than the background. Option A is given as passive and option B is given as active. In thermography approach, the materials and structures, they will have a temperature on material and structures, and we have temperature on surroundings. If both the temperature varies, then thermographic testing will be carried on. Such type of approach is called as passive approach. Okay, so I'm going with option number A, passive. In passive approach, thermographic testing, materials and structures means we are going to inspect that material. The material and structure we are going to inspect are naturally at different temperatures than the background. The background, there is a surroundings, and the surroundings or a background will keep a background. That background and that material will have different temperature. With that temperature, we will be saying if there is a hole, there will be a different spectrum in thermal graph. With that, we can say there is a hole, there is a discontinuity, or there is some deformations, we can say. So I'm going with option number A, passive. In active approach, that is in dash thermography approach, an external stimulus is needed to produce a thermal contrast in the object surface. Question number 12. In dash thermographic approach, an external stimulus is needed to produce a thermal contrast in the object surface. Option number A is given as passive and option number B is given as active. In passive, we won't be using any external additional heat, but in active thermographic approach, we will be using an external heat purpose, and we will change the temperature of the material or structure and surroundings. The surroundings, first the surroundings and the material structure will be of same temperature. Then we will be using some external instrument to vary the external temperature. The temperature difference, that is called as thermal contrast. Here we will be creating some thermal difference, temperature difference using external approach. If any external heat source is used, then we will go with active thermography approach. Okay. Question number 13. Dash works on the basis of electromagnetic induction. Option A is given as thermography and option number B is given as eddy current testing. Electromagnetic induction means definitely eddy current testing, because if there is any change in magnetic field, then eddy currents are produced. If we have a conductor, if I have a metal conductor and it is brought in a magnetic field, then if we are moving any metal conductor on a magnetic field, then eddy currents will be produced on that material. So we are going with option number B, eddy current testing. Question number 14. Whenever relative motion occurs between metal conductor and the magnetic lines of forces, electric currents are induced in the surface of the metal conductor. These induced electric currents are referred to as eddy currents. Option number A is given as true and option number B is given as false. I just told you. Now only when a metal conductor is brought into a motion in magnetic lines of force, then electric currents are induced on the surface. When a metal conductor is brought to magnetic field, it is moved. If this paper is a magnetic lines, imagine this paper is a magnetic line and this is a metal conductor. I am moving this metal conductor on the magnetic field, then there will be current induced in the direction opposite to this magnetic field, and that current is called as eddy current. Okay, so I am going with option number A, true. Whenever there is a relative motion occurs between a metal conductor and magnetic lines of force, electric currents are induced in the surface of the metal conductor. These induced electric currents are referred as magnetic currents. So I am going with option number A, true. Question number 15. Skin effect impacts penetration depth and the ability of the eddy currents to detect defects. True or false? Skin effect impacts means skin effect deals with penetration depth and ability of eddy currents to detect defects. Skin effect gives the penetration depth of the eddy current and the ability of the eddy current to detect defects. The defect, in which layer the defect is there, that penetration depth is given by skin effect, and the ability of the eddy current to detect which level of the depth in the depth, which level depth that defect is there, that strength, that is that ability is given by skin effect. This is the meaning of this question. Skin effect impacts penetration depth and the ability of the eddy current to detect defects. I am going with option A, true. Question number 16. Phase lag is a shift in time between eddy current response from a disruption on the surface and the disruption at some distance below the surface. This parameter is used to obtain the information about the depth of a defect within a material. What is phase lag? The phase lag is a shift in time. Shift in time means there is a time difference between the eddy current response from a eruption on the surface and disruption at the some other distance. If there is a disruption on the surface, we get when eddy current is used to test the defect on the surface, we'll get in if we get in t seconds, then if there is a defect in the inner surface, we'll get in t plus 1 second. So there is a difference in testing time. Okay, that is called as phase lag. This is a question. This is the meaning of that sentence. And this parameter, that is phase lag, is used to obtain the information about depth. How much in the depth is present in which how much thick, how much level of layer. Okay, how much depth the defect is there. This that is given by phase lag. So I am going with option number A, true. Question number 17. The basic elements or instruments involved in eddy current testing systems are. What are the basic elements and instruments involved in eddy current testing? Option A is given as oscillator, and option number B is given as test coil. Option number C is given as signal processing and filtering. Option number D is given as display, and option number E is given as all the above. We will having this 4 instruments. One is oscillator, test coil. The third one is signal processing and filtering. And option number D is display for displaying device. So I am going with option number E, all the above. We will have this these are the basic elements and instruments used for eddy current testing systems. Question number 18. The factors influencing eddy current testing are. What are the factors that influence eddy current testing? Option number A is given as material conductivity. Option number B is given as permeability. Option number C is given as frequency. Option number D is given as design or geometry of a coil. Option number E is given as proximity. Option number F is given as skin effect or the depth of penetration, and option number G is given as all the above. The factors that influence eddy current testing are: the material conductivity definitely influences the eddy current testing. If the material is of low magnetic conductivity, then we will not get that much eddy current. If there is low permeability, we won't get a high eddy current. Frequency determines the eddy current. Design and geometry of the coil also determines the eddy current. Proximity, of course, because proximity, of course, determines the eddy current, because there is a relative motion between the metal conductor and the magnetic field line, then only we'll get an eddy current. Then only a current will be introduced in the material. That induced current is called eddy current. So the proximity definitely comes in the place. Option number F, skin effect, that is the depth of penetration, that determines the ability of the eddy current. So all these factors influence the eddy current directly. So I'm going with option number G, all the above. Question number 19. Magnetic sensors used in eddy current testing are. For the magnetic sensors used in eddy current testing are: option number A is given as magnetic resistive sensors. Option number B is given as Hall effect sensors. And option number C is given as superconducting quantum interference device. Squid, we'll be calling it as squid. And option number D is given as all the above. All the three devices are used as magnetic sensors in eddy current testing. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Hope you guys like this video today. Like the video, share with your friends. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.